So what's so important about soil is it's one of our most precious resources that we have. Humanity exists on the fact that there's 6 inches of topsoil and the fact that it rains. So when we really get down to the basis of it, so much of our life and livelihood and quality of life is tied to the soil.
Rodale and Stroud have partnered together for a long-term study. It is 6 years long and is called the Watershed Impact Trial. And through this research, we are trying to determine what are the absolute best practices that a farmer can implement on their fields so that they can reduce water runoff and increase soil health and water quality.
So one of the most important tools that we have for evaluating soils is this spade, because we want to look at what those soils are doing around that root system.
By implementing practices such as cover cropping, reducing tillage, and integrating livestock, what the farmers are actually doing underneath the soil surface is increasing soil organic matter.
When you're evaluating soil, you want to look at the color of the soil. So you can see this deep, rich, dark brown, kind of crumbly structure. Look at how that soil's just fallen apart. You can judge how deep those roots go into the soil.
And what soil organic matter is it's the part of the soil that really holds the nutrients and the water. And actually, for every 1% increase in soil organic matter, the soil can hold 20,000 gallons more water per acre.
Farmers that are able to build the biology in their soils, we're generating that organic pool of nutrients. So farmers can then start reducing their fertilizer inputs. And we're learning, that high levels of nitrogen and potash fertilizer especially are pretty detrimental to our soil biology.
What we're looking at is a couple different practices, such as implementing conservation tillage techniques or no-till techniques, using conventional fertilizers like potash and urea, but then also comparing it to manure and compost, and how do all these different applications and practices change how we are impacting our water system. And so hopefully at the end of the study, what we'll find is which practices farmers should be implementing in Lancaster County to protect the bay.
I think we do a very good job in this country with organic vegetable production. A bigger challenge comes when we start growing organic grains on a larger acreage scale with organic corns and soybeans and small grains.
What regenerative organic certification is trying to do is it's trying to marry these organic practices where farmers are maintaining and improving soil health with also reducing tillage in those systems to create a full farming system in which livestock are integrated and providing nutrients to the soil, and they're reducing tillage events so that they're not, ruining the microorganisms that are in the soil.
The ultimate goal is we want to grow high nutrient dense food and nutritious food. And by having that fungal network in place, it really taps into those micronutrients.
Every day, consumers have the opportunity to make choices to support farmers, sometimes 3 times a day, sometimes 5 times a day if you like to snack in between the day.
Because really what this is all about in production agriculture is feeding people. So by feeding the soil first, that healthy soil translates into, right up the food chain, into human health. Healthy soils grow healthy food that grows healthy people.